Hello, welcome to my interview with Mr. Alexander Kealy. Hello.
Hello, welcome to me being interviewed by Richard Henry.
Well, yes, this is the thing. I don't interview people. I ask the question, what do you want? What? You're going to interview me.
Am I going to interview you?
Ideally, yes.
Okay.
The idea is we talk about whatever you want to talk about, so I don't get in the way. You know, I don't control the interview and take it in a certain direction.
It's like you know my ego and giving it the best massage.
No. I do this to everyone, but yes. I do also know your ego. I know
if you knew my ego well enough, you wouldn't have said that you do this to everyone.
I think we're going to kiss on him.
No.
Go on then.
Headbutt.
Hit me with your best shot. Come on.
It's playing around with the form. That's not what we agreed. Richard.
Hello.
Who is your comedy idol? Your comedy bit of
Apart from you, obviously. Thank you. I like people who say what they want to say. You know, and say, like, the obvious example is Bill Hicks, but the tide turning into Bill Hicks. I don't know why. But he's
Stuart Lee, mate. Stuart Lee started the tide turning against Bill Hicks.
But I don't know why. I've never understood it. I'm very fickle in terms of my criticism of acts. It's a case of like, if you're being honest and you're being funny, then you can't be faulted, can you?
No. Although, at least one of those is highly subjective. Isn't it? Big funny subjective.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's objective. We're supposed to have to agree to disagree with that.
Can't fault his honesty. Can you lean, because I'm having to lean 40 degrees, if you lean 20 and I lean 20, there we go, look pretty good.
Idols. Okay, Hicks is up there.
Yeah.
I like Stuart Lee, he's great, good egg. I like Simon Munnery a lot.
Yeah.
His filmmaker stuff is really brilliant.
Filmmaker.
Kitchen, obviously. He's a good egg. That's alright. Okay, so my answer to your question is Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
What? I mean, what?
He is funny.
Eddie Izzard. All of my friends from school always say, "Oh, you're very similar to Eddie Izzard," but I think it's just because I mumble. I mumble and get things wrong.
Well, you have flights.
And pretend to know Latin. Occasionally. It's just.
Why is that? You'll cut that.
Basically, it was a cum joke, but I'll cut that out.
Yeah, good. Like you're going to cut. I'm looking forward to you editing what happened in this gig to make it look like a spontaneous demonstration of an audience member's affection for you and for comedy and for changing the world.
Hello, my name is Lucinda, and I am a woman. I'm just a woman. Change the world with wit and guile, and I feel change. And not only do I feel change, I feel the what?
I feel the impulse to stand up.
I feel the impulse to stand up. And I will leave this room, and I will go out there and affect the world with positivity and love and happiness. And they will grow up in a field of flowers. Why did you say this?
I mean, these are all your own words.
In a field of flowers that I grew myself, that we planted. Again, using love and happiness, etc. And I will take my friend's hand. No,
And I will tell her to look into the camera.
And I'll tell her to look into the camera.
And you will look into the camera.
I too have heard your message, friend, but I have forgotten your name. I am inspired by your adventure and effort. And incredible wit and guile of this fine man. I will change the world also. Just the shoulders that two people
Like yes.
We did it.
So, do you want to talk about that? I'm trying not to move the conversation. You're giving up comedy, aren't you?
I'm giving up comedy. I think after the Fringe, not during. I was going to quit during. I'm better than that. Not much better, but better.
Because what happened was, about a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago now, we were on the Cowgate, and it was you and I think Ivo, we bumped into Ivo Graham, where he owes me a croissant. But more importantly, you said, I can't wait until, like, this feels like the days of comedy when in 10 years time we'll look back and go, do you remember that moment when I bumped into Ivo and Hitch, and I look at us now, we're all sort of big eggs in a small egg nest. I don't know what your phrase was.
I think so. I never know, I'm very bad. I can create memories. I'm like a kind of Stephen King villain.
I feel like you need to ask me more questions, mate.
What do you think happened in the gig, mate?
It was a good gig. I was genuinely. I said it on stage. I'll say it again. It's probably my favourite gig I've ever done.
And this gig is probably already my favourite gig I've ever done.
It's good fun.
I'm selling the Fringe so far.
I think they had fun. Sorry, I'm just picking my. I think they had fun. I think you had fun. And I think they had fun.
I think you had fun.
I also had fun.
I heard you laughing.
I'm just going to talk to you.
Whether or not you enjoyed your
I
own
think when you
set.
described Season Ball as barren was my favourite moment
I don't know whether to
of
keep that
this
in.
Fringe, and indeed of all other Fringes.
Probably Baron, we don't know. I've never said that before about it. And I genuinely didn't know what I was going to say until it came out of my mouth.
I mean,
It's a very funny word.
it's funny thing to say to 4 women. I don't know.
Yeah. Describing Season Ball as barren, which is what this guy did. It's funny on 2 levels. 1, it is funny, and 2, it was just grossly inappropriate in that situation, and that's again funny a second time.
I need to point out that I didn't just go on stage and badmouth.
No, there was context.
There's a very important context, which is love, but not the love of necessarily her, but just love of all things and people.
What about genocidal maniacs?
I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan of them, but
Don't like them, still love them.
I mean, I know this is going to sound weird. They are people too.
No, that sounds fine.
But
That's fine.
this interview is already. I mean, I wasn't expecting the genocide question to come out so early, but as you mentioned it, like, I mean, what drives a person to do that?
You're asking me how evil happens in a world where we all have the potential for good and for love. I mean, it's a huge question outside Bedlam Theatre with
Bedlam. I mean, we've got about 30 seconds left, maybe. So,
Oh, really? The interview?
Do you want to answer it quickly, or?
Why does it happen? Systems conspire to compel people to do that which they would not do on their own.
How do we change those systems?
I don't know.
I feel like I've taken over the interview.
No, I think it was a two-hander, but one of the hands was much bigger than the other hand.
Unusual for me. It's very bizarre to do these. I hope it's been okay for you. It's certainly been mildly painful for me.
I've had 3 or 4 of the worst days of my life prior to yesterday, which shows what a cosseted, privileged Western upbringing I've had. That a few days at a liberal arts festival in Scotland going badly is one of the worst things. But yeah, I felt emotionally horrible.
But not because of you, just because of the process.
Yeah, no, good.
What happened?
Just a tiny handful of people coming to a gig that I had, been vaguely waiting for a whole year, and those people not interested. And then also I just lost my entire. I mean, I had good gigs earlier in the Fringe. I did a few gigs where I was playing to a room of 100 people, and those people loved the 7 or 8 minutes I did on stage, like really good time. And a number of them even came to my gig later in the day. So I know that I can sort of do comedy on that level, but then I had a few really bad days, and then I just was like. It's amazing how you can oscillate from thinking that your stuff is actually good and maybe says something slightly interesting and it's funny. So if you don't like yourself that day, you just be looking at the exact same word or thinking about the same idea and then just being like, that's not. You'd be an idiot to find that funny. Even though if you managed to fake it well enough on stage and did it, the audience wouldn't necessarily know. But I just can't fake it, really. I just have to find another way to be happy on stage if I'm not feeling happy that day for the reason.
Is that what it comes down to?
Well, that's not faking it, that's trying to make a connection with those people that you can't, and then somehow find a way of, I don't know. I think I need to love and respect the audience I play to. I think there's nothing worse than comics that don't. You can know that the audience isn't liking you, it's not for you, and then you can you can blow the gig up if you feel like it, and that's not so bad. But never having really respect for audiences, or doing stuff that you think isn't good but know that can get the laughs. I think that's one of the most horrible things you can do in comedy. like self-knowingly spooning out stuff that you don't think is good or interesting, but you know that it has the mechanics to make people laugh, but you don't yourself believe in it. I mean, that is what you said about honesty and being fun. And I think some people are honest. I know people, but
Have you tried being honest on stage?
yeah. I mean, I think I was honest the other night. I think a lot of my material is honest. Some of it is enlarged, and some of it is embellished is the word I was looking for.
It's funny when you're interviewing someone and you can give them the word. What I mean?
It's all I've ever wanted from life. All I've ever wanted is to do what Richard did. There are definitely a few jokes that I'm very happy and proud of say on stage, because I think they're funny, the audience likes them, there's some vague sense of theatre in delivering them, and then they're saying something which is, it's like observation comedy in the sense it's pointing out something, but hopefully it's not. Observation comedy is supposed to be pointing out something that people haven't noticed that's true about their lives, but I think a slightly better version is pointing out something that is a trope. I think the best thing is when you point out a trope or something that people in society believe, and then apply logic and show that actually, or apply some sort of comedic device to reverse it, flip it, or to take a previously held truth and attack it. I think that's when. So I don't know. I've got maybe one joke about that, like that, which is a joke about is there someone else that I quite like, but it's not particularly political or anything. But.
Do you ever wonder if you struggle too much towards being something you're not?
I think I'm a lot better at sex than I say on stage, I guess. I can do all the positions.